actually going now, I think. All right, now let's Micah go over there. There we go. Well, I can see y'all in the chat now, but my monitor doesn't show up. Okay, now it looks like it's catching up now. All right, so the brain of Sean. He's showing up on YouTube. Let me see. Going back to those previous ones in chat. Geek Corner. Hello, Geek Corner. How you doing? TaylorMade had a question previously. TaylorMade says, you use this equipment for work or is it all hobby? It's both. Next question was, you're a photographer? Yes. Thank you, sir. And then Mr. Ryan is here. How you doing, man? It's good to see you. Hadn't seen you in a bit. Geek Corner says, Restream is always a little slow. Yeah, I can live with that, though. The latency isn't too much of an issue for what I put on here. Normally, I'm up here just goofing off and chatting. It ain't like I got anything neat to show y'all or anything captivating to show y'all. I'm just sitting here all slacking and slouching and just needed a break. That's all it is. Some of the best of us are a little slow. Hey, make sure y'all subscribe to the Brain of Sean on YouTube. That dude is something else. He's this guy, I watched him play Super Mario 3 the other day, and I thought I was bad at video games. Holy crap. Oh, man. Sean. Oh, goodness. So, yeah, follow him and subscribe on YouTube. Geek Corner says, any tips for someone who wants to get into podcasting? What I'm going to do is I'm going to let y'all see this chat on this window. We'll put it there because I'm trying to go through Twitter too. Looks like I'm caught up on Twitter. But here's the chat room. And he says, any tips for someone who wants to get into podcasting? Well, my tip to you is just do it. There's a bunch of free tools out there. You don't have to have outstanding, awesome, expensive equipment. And people literally podcast from just picking up their phone and grabbing an app, and the app will upload it to a service, and it'll upload it out to Apple Podcasts and push it all out. And you just do it. Figure out what you want your podcast to be about, if you want it to be about anything, because my podcast that I was doing with Phoebe was literally just us sitting around having conversations we would generally have any other time, because that's just how we are, just everyday people. I just happened to turn on some mics. That was it. Okay. Calvin Henderson, what's up, man? It's good to see you. Geek Corner says, thanks. I use Anchor at the moment, but trying to improve my skills. Okay. So this is something you can go a lot of different ways. When you say improve my skills, do you mean your editing skills? Do you mean your preparation skills? Do you mean your speaking skills? Do you mean your interviewing skills? There's a lot of different things in podcasts. For example, I shouldn't keep saying or anything like that if I'm going to be doing a show, just little things like that. So what exactly do you mean by improve your skills? For me, I think the top thing to work on with podcasting is your speaking aptitude. I guess that's the word, aptitude. Because some people have a lot to say, but you put a mic in front of them and it's a different world, a totally different world for them, and they just freeze up. Or some people, you put a mic in front of them and it's just beautiful. And then I think that if you can sit down and practice, I still practice because I know I still need a lot of work. Just keeping myself comfortable, watching how I breathe into the mic, because these things are really, really sensitive. So they're going to pick up every little sound that comes out of my mouth, and that's not going to sound good in someone's ears, so it takes some practice and stuff like that. Calvin says, awesome to see you, bro. I know how life is and stay out of traffic more now. Word. Geek Corner says, my editing skills and speaking, really? Okay. Let's tackle editing skills. If you're doing Anchor, that means you are doing an audio podcast, and I would highly recommend Jason Levine's, his YouTube channel. He's known as Beetle Jace. He's a principal worldwide evangelist for Adobe and someone I can call a friend. What he goes over on his channel, he actually has a playlist, and it's called Audio 101, and it's a couple years old. And yes, it's talking about Adobe Audition, but you can apply those principles to the likes of Audacity, the free services out there, because it's not necessarily Adobe specific. There's a lot of Adobe tools, but a lot of the things he talks about are just the fundamentals of processing audio. And as far as speaking, I highly suggest mirror work. People having audio podcasts aren't watching you, but when you're speaking, your facial expressions and your mannerisms come through in your voice. So if you want to practice standing in front of a mirror and just reading a script or something like that, memorize the script, memorize 10 lines or something like that, and stand in front of a mirror and speak it and watch yourself and watch your facial expressions, watch your mannerisms. And while you're doing that, listen to how you project, listen to how you hit each and every word. And, some people have this whole pentameter where it's super duper rhythmic when they speak. And that works for some things, but not for everything. And if you look at a news broadcast, let's just say CBS News, and I only say CBS News because my friend works there. When you look at a lot of how those anchors speak, they have a certain rhythm when they're telling the story or presenting the story. It's all just news. It's not opinionated. It's just the facts. And so they have this beat with it, and it just comes off so much smoother, and it comes off a lot more authoritative versus just winging it. So practice in front of a mirror, practice your cadence and your flow, and just sort of base it off of what type of content that you're trying to present, and practice often. Seriously, often. I do ads for my shows at work, and I read those ads and read them and practice them a gazillion times every single week. The ads are never the same, so I get the ad copy and I'll read it. I used to record my practice a lot on Instagram Live or something, just so people could see me practicing, because it's not as simple as it sounds. I can pick up this sheet of paper and read this shipping label: prepare your package with care, use an appropriate container, cushioning materials, and at least 3 strips of packing tape. I can read that over and over again, but I have to make sure I'm reading this to where it resonates with the people listening. I don't want to read it and sound monotone. I don't want to read it and sound like I'm from the Valley in Southern California. I want to read it to where it sounds like me, but also me giving a shit and not just putting on a story, because this is an ad. This is somebody that's supporting my work, and I appreciate it, so I have to make sure that's coming across. So practice, practice, practice. Get your favorite book, get your favorite poem, whatever, read it, memorize it, and practice. I'll be practicing all the time with the mirror now. Great. Good to hear. Let's see. Amazing. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Ryan F says, what do you use to hang your backgrounds? I use a C-stand because it's just easier for me. You can use whatever. You can hang them up on, if you have a rail over a window, sometimes you can clip them to that. I have a bunch of these little clips. Hold on. Let me see if I can find a clip. Oh. It's getting hot in here. I need to turn on the air. So you're going to hear some AC rumbling. Sorry. I thought I had a clip right over here next to me somewhere. Okay, here's a clip. I'll switch cameras now. Y'all don't want to see my Twitter feed. Okay, these little clips right here. My desk is messy, but it's always messy. So whatever. Throw the trash over there. These little clips are what I use. They have some plastic ones. Can I zoom this in? Oh, let's zoom in. And now focus. Well, I was hoping it would focus. It doesn't look like it wants to focus. Too bad. Anyway, but these are the clips, and these are really, 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 really strong. They have some plastic ones, but be careful with the plastic ones because the plastic ones can snap depending on what you're holding them. I ended up trying some plastic ones and much better luck with these metallic ones. And they're fairly cheap. You can get a pack of 6 or so for maybe $20, if that much. But I use these things to clamp it onto stuff if I have to. Or I can use the C-stand, which I did a whole episode on light stands on the show. And I mentioned C-stands and showed you how those things work. And let's see. Calvin says, you want to read it in a manner that is approachable versus non-approachable. Tone, inflection, and even pace can differentiate the message. Well freaking said, sir. That's exactly how I feel. And then the brain of Sean says, I hate that when I record in the summer, I have to blast the AC quickly to record. Yep. You know the feeling, brother. Then he says he's got to run. So later on, great to hang with the YouTube, brother. It's good to see you. Hope to see you on Floss again. Ooh, man. Yeah, it's a little warm today. Any other questions? Let's see if I can switch back. There we go. Yeah, there's nothing going on Twitter. At least not right now. It's always funny flipping through and seeing what's on my stream because it's a wide variety of content, such as this interesting GIF. Merely Jim takes some great photos down in Fort Worth. I suggest you follow him too. Plus, he has a interesting sense of humor. But here recently, man, I've been sort of staying away from Twitter and been just on autopilot for the most part. I try to make sure my content gets shared out, but I haven't been consuming a lot. Ooh, After Effects. I love After Effects. After Effects is like Premiere Pro on steroids.
Hey guys, Steven here, back with another video.
It's like the Photoshop of video. And this is a 10
And today I'm going to teach you how I use the Puppet tool in Adobe After Effects to animate still photos, and more specifically.
Interesting. I'm going to close that because YouTube will ban me or stop my monetization on this, I believe, if I did that. Yeah, Miller Jim's on a shooting burst here in Fort Worth. Damn, that's pretty. All right. Any other questions, chat room, before I get out of here? Dang, Eric Varney. Eric says, miss you, buddy. Hope you and the fam are safe and healthy. Yeah, we are, man. It's good to see you. I ain't know you popped up in here. You been stalking? Hey, Eric, man. I feel for your Seminoles because they got a lot of talent. I don't know what's happening down there, man. I don't know, because quite frankly, we need Florida State to be good. You know, the college football, in my opinion, needs Florida State to be good, needs Miami to be good, needs the Texas schools to be good. You need the California schools to be good. I mean, it just makes it better. You know what I'm saying? So I wish Florida State was doing better, except for when they're playing us. I always hope we whoop them, but you know what I'm saying. Let me move that screen because that GIF is a little annoying. How do y'all navigate Twitter? Do y'all navigate Twitter like I do? I literally just scroll quickly. It's going to take at least a few years for us, I'm afraid. Oh, man. Yeah, you got a new coach, so the new coach has to get his crop of players in to fit his system. That makes sense. I get that. And that's fair to have that much time. You know, it's going to take at least 4 years on that standpoint from a recruiting. But I hope it gets better. Oh, I forgot we have a security event going today. Twit Live, IT Pro TV. Yeah, I forgot about that. I have to check this out here in a second. So I may be letting y'all go. Eric, you didn't have to give me the thumbs down, brother. Come on, man. You didn't have to do that. Goodness. All right. I haven't done this live stream stuff in a little while, and I figured I'd do it today. And I didn't want anything. Didn't really have anything to say, but I'm glad that I could spend, 10, 15 minutes or so helping out Geek Corner over Periscope. Yeah, that's good. So it was something that came out of this live stream. I hope y'all are doing well. I'm going to get ready to call it a day. My brain's a little bit tired, quite honestly. And yeah, I need a break. I need a football game. I need a beer. I need a whiskey. I need food. All that. Hope y'all are safe, man. For real. Hope y'all are healthy. It's pretty crazy these days. All right. You all take care. Catch you later. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe.